a disappointing outcome to the situation with Joachim Hansen and Shinya Aoki. You were there in Hansen's corner. What did you think went on in that fight?
I thought Joachim had a good performance, actually, overall. A couple of things happened during the fight, you know, as far as a little bit of referee intervention, if you know what I mean. Whether or not it changed the outcome of the fight, I don't know, but at the same time, little things do count, and I felt the referee sort of got involved a little too much. You know, there were a couple instances where either they pushed his hips back or they grabbed his leg, and, you know, Shinya got a takedown off of it, so it may have changed the course of the fight. I'm not taking any credit away from Shinya Aoki. He's a great competitor, obviously a submission master. But yeah, there were a couple of things that just left a bad taste in my mouth, you know what I mean?
What advice did you give, Hansen after the fight? Because it was so close. I mean, he probably would have won that fight. Should have went to the decision. Again, we were worried about the Japanese, of course, the judges and stuff like that. But at the same time, he was doing pretty good until that armbar happened. What advice did you? What did you tell him after the fight?
He of course apologized, you know, but at the end of the day, the fight was for him. After a 1.5 year layoff, you know, there were a lot of questions that he had for himself, in fact, about fighting, and you know, he answered those questions. He loved being out there. It was fun to be in the ring again, and it felt right for him, and that's what this fight was all about. This fight actually for him had nothing to do with the title. He just wanted to see if this is truly what he wanted to do, and he found that out. And for me, the only thing I told him was go out there and be Joachim Hansen, and that's what the fans love. And he brought Joachim Hansen out there, and the fans loved him, and they still love him, and I still feel he is a great champion regardless, whether he has the belt or not. And I think the Japanese fans in general feel the same way about him, especially after the fight when he walked out, how much love he truly got from the Japanese fans, because they know no matter what, he brings a fight, he brings a great performance, and he brings his heart to the ring every time. So if anything, you know, Joachim's very content, so I'm happy, he's happy, everything's good, regardless of the outcome. This has more to do than just the outcome.
And we know you're a featherweight, but would you recommend that Hansen go down to 145?
He is a very small lightweight. It's something we've discussed in the past. At this point in time, I'm pretty sure Joachim's just enjoying himself. We definitely will be talking about the future, and we're not sure whether, you know, it could be a lightweight, could be at featherweight. He could certainly make featherweight. It's always been something we've talked about. At the end of the day, he's still in contract with Dream, so we have to see what comes next from there, and you know, soon enough we'll find out where Joachim's going to be, right?
A lot of talk about Aoki not being a fan favorite over there. I mean, he's Japanese, we know that. They should be loving him, but it's his demeanor in and out of the cage, or in and out of the ring, that people talk about all the time. You see it firsthand. This guy isn't exactly loved by the general public in Japan, and now it seems like he's probably avoiding Kawajiri. Is this fight going to happen?
It will. I think it will happen. He can try to avoid it all he wants. I mean, he does it all the time when they ask him the question. But I don't think he has any choice in the matter. New Year's Eve, he's going to fight Kawajiri for sure. I can't imagine that fight won't happen. So he can try to avoid that in his head all he wants, but it's going to happen.
So the real question everybody wants to know about Antonio Carvalho is, when is he fighting next? Are you fighting soon? Because everybody wants to see you fight.
A lot of things have come up. A lot of opportunities have come up, so I'm still very fortunate for that. But I'm definitely looking at something before the end of the year. I can't just say yet. We're still sort of scoping the options, but when I know, you'll be the first to know.
Is it going to be on this continent, or is it going to be overseas? Can you say something like that at all?
I can probably guarantee it's going to be overseas, yeah.